I was totally surprised. This was my debut novel. I had done nothing but CIA work for 33 years, my whole career. And all of a sudden becoming a novelist and then dealing with Hollywood was like a dream. A lot of people ask, well, what does a CIA operations officer, those are the people who live overseas, what do they do? And I sometimes describe what they did as clandestine journalists. A journalist is looking for a story. A journalist then has to look for a source. He talks to the source, and he writes his news report, and his editor sends it into the paper, and it becomes a newspaper article. And a case officer overseas for CIA looks for a source with access to secrets, develops a relationship, convinces that person to talk to them, then goes back to the embassy and writes the intelligence report that then becomes a finished intelligence for our policymakers in Washington. I think it's quite relevant. I mean, there's spies and there's spying and there's cyber war, and so a spy story these days I think is pretty evocative. Their first contact, they're both working on each other. They're both trying to recruit one another for different reasons. But Dominica, who has been badly mistreated by her system, sees that Nate, as a sort of an informal American, is friendly and respects her and talks to her about freedom of choice, which is something she'd never had in Russia. Dominica, unlike the other characters in the book, was primarily imaginary. I wish I had met someone like Dominica, but she is, as I said, she had a career in ballet. It was taken away from her, and then she suffered sort of the excesses of a Soviet kind of upbringing where she was forced to go to Sparrow school, forced against her will to do a lot of other things.